Hi besties, welcome back to the channel where I take you on a journey to living life in full, growing and glowing. And if you are new here, welcome. Okay, today from the title, you could tell that this is a story time, or more or less like, why did she quit a job? So I literally have like a lot of things to say why I left my job to just start selling headbands, right? Basically hair accessories. I feel like in this part of Africa where people see businesses that may just sound just like someone saying I'm into the pure water, baby, like pure water. But for me, that's into business such as the beauty space, or I carved a niche which is selling hair accessories online. There are a lot of things I have to talk about, honestly, because this aspect of having to run my business and also have a 9 to 5, nothing ever prepared me for the growth that I saw that led to me quitting my job, right? In 2018, I saw a gap in the hair accessories niche and I quickly tapped into it and I started selling headbands. So I started off selling headbands, just headbands, nothing really specific, because right now you could see that we have a wide range of hair accessories that we sell to our customers. But when I started, it was just basically headbands, the usual kinds of headbands that we all know. And I still remember I would sell 6 pieces of headband for 2,500 naira. That's less than 400 naira per one, right? I don't usually say this often, but I started my business with the sum of 2,500 naira. And starting number one headband gave me a major shift in my life, in my finances, personal development, as regards to how I tend to position myself to acquire new customers, making strangers to fall in love with you and your product, right? And so when I started, I still had a 9 to 5. I just finished from NYSC, so it was easier for me to just do the business on the side. So it was more or less like a side hustle. And fast forward to when I started, the business started progressing. I was making a lot of sales, and I quickly got someone that was also managing the business as well as myself, while I also juggled 9 to 5. But here's the thing. The business grew the moment I saw that there was a gap that I needed to fill up in the beauty sector, which was the silk line of hair accessories. So I need to say something, that's why I cut it and at this clip. I saw that there was a demand for this product, and that's why I ventured into it. So whatever thing you are going to put out there to sell, make sure you are solving your problem and you are giving value to your customers, because these are really what people look out for. Because we were solving a problem which was protective style, which was moisture retention, and which was bad hair days. So let's get back to the video. So fast forward in 2020, we launched our satin lined pre-tied head wraps. So that was one of the major breakthrough for the business, and that was how I got customers that were paying me in USD as far back as 2020. So I was earning less than $50, but I was making sales monthly. I was making $1,000 in sales monthly. For someone that is earning $50 in a 9 to 5 per month, and I was making $1,000 in my side hustle per month, you know what it means, right? But I was still at the job all along, thinking that I could still juggle the whole business and also having a job on the side. But along the line, I found out that I was burning out, right? I was being drained mentally. Mentally, I was drained. Emotionally, I was drained. Physically, I was drained, worn out. I'm always tired. I don't want to use depressed, but I had this anxiety of, I'm trying to keep up with a lot of things. It wasn't so easy for me. And fast forward to when a particular customer found us on Instagram and sent us a message that she wanted to buy our product, right? She bought a lot of things that day, which was about $2,200, just one person. The day she credited me that alert of $2,200, I was shocked because, like I said, I earn $50. I earn less than $50 monthly in my job, but per month we were making $1,000 per month. But when this particular order came in, $2,200 on one order, I knew there has to be more. And so I started considering, quitting my job, because I already saved some money that would have sustained me 6 months while I leave the job. So it was easier for me to say, okay, I want to leave this job, right? In as much as I was just going to focus on the business, but I understand that I have saved some money that, bad as it bad, this money will literally sustain me for the next 6 months, right? While I keep running my business. But the beautiful thing about creating something that you love, that you're passionate about, and you are earning from it is something that I don't take for granted. And I'm super grateful to God for the capacity He gave me. During that period, I took the decision to leave my job because it was a really, really tough decision. Remember, the job was stressing me. I was being drained. Emotionally, I lacked a lot. Mentally, I was weak. Sometimes I could literally not function at the job anymore. And I knew that it was just time for me to take a walk. Because $50, less than $50, right? So that was really how, I quit my job. But here's one thing I will tell anyone that's about to leave their job. Make sure you have a backup plan. And make sure you have money saved for at least 6 months to cater for your basic needs before you leave that job. Because you don't want to leave that job being stranded, start asking or begging for money, or not being even able to meet your basic needs. Quitting wasn't easy for me. I had doubts, I had fears, but one important thing is I had proof, which is my business, right? So along the line, I started creating new products, right? I started diversifying into various lines of hair accessories. Mind you, this business is broad. Personally, I haven't even touched the surface of, running this business. But every day, I try to put my best foot forward when it comes to giving my customers the best in product, in quality, and in service. Starting a hair accessories business at the time I started in 2018 was quite easy compared to now. But one thing I would say is there is a demand in the market for you to grow and scale that business you are currently doing. Be it running an hair accessory business, or you're in the beauty sector, you sell clothes, you're in the fashion sector, there is a demand out there. And trust me, whatever you lay your hands upon, pray to God and it will prosper. Because the business number one Hairband makes so much money. We've been able to cater to a lot of customers. 95% of our customers are not based in Nigeria, and we have customers always shopping on our website daily. And that just brings me to the fact that quitting my job helped me position the business better to acquire more customers. Yes, I went for trainings. There were so many trainings that I had to go through. There were so many, rooms I had to be in. There were so many people I had to speak to about my business. And I'm just grateful for the gift of customers that turned friends, that are able to refer the business to, their loved ones. And so far we also have customers that also retails our product in terms of wholesale, and these people makes it easy for us to also push the product to different part of the world. And that decision really also gave me a sense of belonging, that this is something that has to work out, and I'm grateful that I am seeing it work out in every area. Although there's still some lapses here and there, but you know, in business you tend to grow all the time, right? Every year you are growing, you are increasing your revenue, and you are acquiring new customers. So every time I see that there is potentials, every time I see that the reason why I left my job was because this business had to grow, and I needed to, you know, be fully involved to meet the demands of our customers, or meet the demands of this space or this niche that I have carved out there. So if you're watching me right now, I want to believe that this video helps you. If you are just starting a side hustle, or you are just starting a business, it's fine if you have a job and also running a business. It's cool. I did it, and when it was time for me to leave, I left, right? Sometimes I encourage people to work for someone before they start up their own thing, because that way you learn the basics of, you know, being under someone or being supervised by someone. Because business is not all bed of roses, but it's important that you position yourself in whatever thing you do and put your best foot forward. If this video helps you, please like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.